Guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me know why you haven't subscribed to this channel. Go ahead and hit on the subscribe button and also hit on that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So on this channel, I share more of sewing tutorials, pattern drafting, everything related to sewing. So if you're interested in this kind of content, what are you still waiting for? Go ahead and hit on the subscribe button. So today's video is all about these two beautiful dresses you're seeing on the screen. So the one with the black was my inspiration and the one with the yellow was the one I recreated. So the only difference between these two is the love curve here you see on the black. That's because the person I made this for actually made this for my junior sister. So she said she didn't want the love curve here. She just wanted something simple. So I don't have to go with the round neck and I didn't put this other part here for her. So just in case you want to make this other side like the love here, you love what you're seeing on that part. I'm going to be posting a video related to that very soon. So now the concentration is just about how to make every other thing there apart from the neck area here that you are seeing that love shape. So if you are interested in this kind of content, just like I said, please hit on the subscribe button and watch this video to the end. And also let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Guys, it is very detailed and it's beginners friendly. Trust me, you're going to love every bit of it. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this video to your friends, your loved ones. So this is known as the starting line. And you can also call this line the show to this, but you can see that the paper is not straight, so I'm not going to be making use of that half inch. I'll just take note of this. When I'm cutting directly on the fabric, I will make sure to add half inch line, bust line. I'll mark here the waistline, so just line here. Now this totally depends on what you have. Don't worry, I'm going to explain that. When I come down from here, I'm now going to connect these points to meet the bust points. Just look at what I'm doing, just like this. Just connect it to meet this bust point here, and then after then you are going to go out from here by 1 inch. Just come down by 1 inch here. So this way we are going to be connecting all the dots to that point. Now because the difference between her front waistline and the back waistline is 1 inch, I'll be coming out by half inch on both sides. So if you measure from your shoulder to your waist in front is 18 inches and shoulder to your waist at the back is 16 inches, know that the difference between your waist in front and the waist at the back is 2 inches. So you'll be marking 1 inch on both sides here. Don't mark half inch like I did. You're going to be marking 1 inch on both sides. So if yours is 1.5, that means you'll be marking 0.75. Just divide what you have by 2. You'll be marking 0.75 on this other side here. So her own is 1 inch. That's why I marked half inch on both sides. So the next thing I did was to come out at this point by half inch. So just to connect it like this. Now after this, now I'll just be taking all her body measurements. So on the bust line here, her round bust divided by 4, I'll mark it here, and then I'll add 1 inch for stitching allowance. Yeah, so on the waistline here, her waist divided by 4, I will mark it there. Then I'm going to replace the dart intake we have here. Remember the waist has a waist dart, so you need to replace it, because if you don't replace it, the dress will be too small. So I'll mark it here, then I'll replace this 1 inch here like this, and then still add the extra 1 inch for stitching allowance. So that is it. Now I'll just connect all these points together. Please watch carefully on how I'm connecting to place that 16 inches point here, and then come down to her hip line, which is 24 inches. The normal, and should I say how to calculate this is just to come down by 8 inches. Once you mark down 8 inches, you realize that it is your hip line. So from your waist down to your hip is 8 inches. So the difference is just 8 inches. You can decide to use that method. So for her, I marked 24 inches. So I'm still placing the tape on this 16 inches point here. I'm going to come down to the length of this other part here, this part. So I want it to be 28 inches. So I'll just come down to 28 inches here and mark it. And then I'm going to just calculate how many is left, because this dress will be having like pleats, to have like a pleat on the down part. So I will just connect this line like this. So this is it. Now I'm going to take her waist divided by 4 on the waistline. Her waist divided by 4. So I'm going to mark her waist divided by 4. I'll add 1 inch for that, and I'll add 1 inch for stitching allowance. So now the next line, which is the hip line, I'm going to mark around hip divided by 4. This time we're not going to be adding that to this, so I'll just add 1 inch for stitching allowance. Then I will just go ahead and connect this point here. So connect it, and I will then show you what to do next. So this is what I had after I was done. So now from this point here that we connected, this point, I'll connect it to meet this point here. So that is how to get that. Is it, I think it's also known as bust waistline. So I'm going to connect it to this point here. So when you do that, you notice that it is very pointed. So connect it like this. Yeah, so that is all. I will just go ahead and then cut this out. So guys, this is how it looks. Let me remove this paper here. So this is how it looks. So we are going to now, this is the upper part, and this is the down part. This is how it's going to be. Sorry, my table is not big enough. So now I'm going to transfer all this into the fabric. So this is the fabric here after I was done cutting this out. Please pay attention to this part. On the center front here, as you can see, so I had the back and the front together. I folded in that bust area that I told you before cutting the back. So this is the back here. As you can see, this other side is shorter than the back. That is because the back is going to be having a zipper. So I added 1.5 inch to it, so you can see it here. And on the down part, I also went ahead to add half inch to the down part. Remember I told you that I'm going to be adding half inch to it. That will be serving as the joining allowance. So this bust part here, I folded it in this way before cutting the back. Please fold it in, because the back is not going to be having a bust dart. So that was what I did. Now the next thing you have to do is, before removing this paper, please go ahead and notch all the darts so that you don't mix them up. So this is the down part. This is how this is looking. If you watch closely, you see that at this down part, I didn't even add the dart. So I later realized that and went ahead to do it. When I do it, I'm going to show you. Please don't forget to notch this dart area before you remove your pattern paper, okay? For the back neckline, I measured down 2 inches before connecting it. On the back pieces here, I'm going to be going in by half inch, and then I'll connect it to meet the chest line. Now this half inch is to prevent the zip from having any bulginess at the back. If you notice that sometimes that when you make a dress for yourself or maybe for a person, you notice that the zip is popping at the back, like it's not relaxed. So this is to help it relax very well at the back, and that's because our back is not straight. So you can see I'm trying to connect it to meet these other points here, and after then I will just go ahead and cut that part up. It's not going to affect the zipper allowance in any way, so just go ahead and cut it off. Guys, this is how it looks. This is how yours should look. Now the next thing to do is, this is the down part, so I'm just going to remove all the pins. Please pay attention. I will remove all the pins. Like I said, I forgot to add We added 1 inch for that, but I didn't draft the that part on this paper, so it is something I will realize later and then go ahead to cut it. So this down part here, I also add ½ inch for joining. And if you notice on the side, one side is longer than the other one. That is because it's going to be for the zipper allowance as well. So here, when I open it up, this is how it looks. Please note that this other one, the center front is on fold and the side is cut into two like this. And this side, I also went ahead to add 1.5 inch for the zipper allowance. Please take note. So this is how this other part is. It's longer than the center front. That is because the zipper allowance we have here. So these two here, I will just go ahead and keep them aside and then bring this other piece here. So like I said, please notch the dart area, please. So I'll just remove this here, and then this is how the center is. This is how it is. This is the center. This is how everything came out. Sorry, I don't have a bigger table. I'm working on that. Okay, so when I open this other part, this is how it looks. So this is it. Remember, this is 2, while the center is cut on fold. So this is how it is. So now we are going to go ahead and stitch down the dart. So guys, this was where I realized that I didn't mark my dart, and there's no how I can do this without showing you guys. I would have just gone ahead to measure from the center and mark her nipple to nipple point. So I decided to show you guys what I did. So what I did was to place this pattern paper like this. When I place it like this, you can see, so I went ahead to notch that part. So make sure that you place your pattern paper. Please, I cannot stress this enough. Just place it and mark your darts. Make sure you also mark your side dart, your bust dart. So for the back pieces, I also went ahead to place them right side facing each other, and then place back these pieces here and not just that point, don't notch the side dart, please. So these other down pieces here, just like I said, I forgot to mark where the dart is going to be. So this is what I did. So just come in from the center by your half of your nipple to nipple measurement, and then draw the dart leg. So the length of the dart is just 4 inches. So as you can see, this is how it is. So I went ahead to notch. This other side is serving as a zipper allowance line. So this is where I notch it. So now I'm going to now remove all these things. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So now I'll go ahead and stitch down the darts. This is what I had after I was done stitching down the darts. As you can see, you see the side bust here. It has a way of giving it that, how do I even call it? So this is the down part. I also stitched down the darts on this other part as well. Now this is how it looks. This fabric is it's very difficult to work with. So now we are going to be joining the center front and the front for this other down part here. So place them like this. Make sure that the darts are meeting each other. This has to be equal. It's not like it has to be different on both sides. Pin these parts together. Let the darts meet each other. Please take note of this. That's why I'm pinning it down for you to see. When stitching this, make sure that the darts are meeting each other, and after then go over to your machine and stitch this down with ½ inch. That ½ inch we gave it earlier. So just go ahead and stitch this down, and I will do same for the back pieces as well. So guys, this is what I had after I was done. You can see that the dress is already coming to life. So this is it. Make sure that the darts are meeting each other. Here you can see. So this is the back pieces here. This is how it looks. So I have 2 of these. Please make sure that the darts are meeting each other. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. Please make sure that the darts are equal. So now I'm going to place this right side facing each other like this. We are going to fix a zipper. So I'm going to make sure that this part aligns. Make sure that that part aligns, please. It's very important. So from the up here, I'm going to mark how long I want the zip to be. So I'm going to come down by her waistline, which is 16 inches. So I'll just stop here at this 16 inches point. I'll just go ahead and mark that 16 inches point. Please note that the back neckline I came down by 2 inches and then connected it to the shoulder. So after marking it here, I'm going to now stitch down from here to the end and then fix a zipper. So this is what I had after I was done. So I went ahead to fix this zip here, and then this is where the joining is. Everything is equal, so that's how yours should look. Now the next thing we are going to do is to join the shoulders. So I will be placing the center front right side facing each other like this, and then I will now go ahead and stitch down the shoulders with ½ inch. I'll stitch down these shoulders here with ½ inch. After stitching the shoulders, I'm going to also stitch down the side. Guys, this is what I had after I was done. You see how beautiful this dress is looking already. So this is how the back pieces looks. So now we are going to join the down part, which is the flare. But before then, make sure you take your measurement from the center here where you fix your zipper, that part. I'm going to measure around this gown here to know how many inches I have. That way I'll know how many inches I'm supposed to cut for the down part. So I will just measure it round this point till it gets to the center of where we fix our zipper. So go ahead and measure it round, and whatever you get. So I had about 46 inches here. So I had 46 inches. So this is it. Now I have this long strap that I went ahead to cut. I cut out ×2 of the measurements we have round the dress. So now the length for this is about 10.5 inch. I'm going to be folding in ½ inch on the down part, and then ½ inch is for the joining. So you can see how long this is. So I also went ahead to stop stitch on it, like a gather stitch on it. I went ahead to make a gather stitch on it. Guys, when making this gather stitch, you need to be very careful. This requires a lot of time and patience. If you don't have that time, trust me, when you mistakenly cut this rope, you are going to go over and start from the beginning again. When you are doing this, please be careful. So after doing that, this is what I have. See, let me tell you, making this is not really easy. Don't mind what you are seeing on the camera. It is very difficult to make gather stitch. If you make any mistake and the thread cuts, you are going to go back and start all over again. So to save yourself from that stress, you just need to pay attention, put more interest, and make sure that you just come out with the best result so that you don't stress yourself. So this part here, I'm going to stitch this part down. I'll turn it over to the wrong side and stitch it down. Then after then, I'm going to now bring this dress from this center here, this very part where we fix our zipper. This part, that's where I'm going to be placing the joining we have on this one here. Make sure you place this joining here on that center part here. Yes, just and then stitch it all around. So guys, this is what I had after I was done stitching this. You can see how beautiful this dress is looking already. I also went ahead to, I'll go ahead and pipe the neckline with my bias. Just use your bias tape and then pipe the neckline. So now we are going to go ahead and fix the zip. So you see how that point came out. Yours should look like this or even better than mine. So now we are going to fix the sleeve. I went ahead to cut out a basic sleeve. So I already have a channel. I already have a video on my channel on how to craft the basic sleeve. If you haven't seen that, I'll be linking that video in the comment section. So go check it out. So when I open it up, this is how it looks. I'll just remove this fabric here and then open it up like this for you to see. So this is it. Now when I fold it like this is how it's looking. So this is just a basic sleeve. You just need to go watch that video out. So this shoulder point here, or this part here, I forgot to I wasn't supposed to stitch it up to this point, so I'll just loosen this up and then fix the sleeve. So before then, I went ahead to notch this part, that's the center, and now I'll be placing this center point here on this shoulder area where we joined our shoulder. So I'll just place it here this way like this and then pin it down. Make sure that the notch you have on the upper part is meeting this shoulder area here. So pin it down and then go over to the sewing machine and stitch it down. So while I was drafting this sleeve, I also went ahead to add about 2 inch here for the sleeve. That's because I'm going to be pleating the upper part here, so I'll just have like a little pleat on the upper part here. So that was why I added 2 inch to it. So right now we'll go to the sewing machine and stitch this down, and after then I'll show you what I had. So I'll be doing this for the both sleeves. So guys, this is what I had after I was done. Just like I said, this is how it looks. I went ahead to make pleats up here, and then this is the down part. I went ahead to fold it in with 1/2 inch because we are going to be passing our elastic band through this part here. So I had about 12 inches. Now I'm going to bring out this elastic here and then measure 6 inches. Please, when doing this, make sure you don't stretch it. This sleeve has this style here just to fix the elastic band, just to give it that rough, how do I call it, just to have that rough on the sleeve area. So I'm going to be using this elastic band to pass it through. Please, if you have your safety pin, please go ahead and use your safety pin. Using this was really stressful for me because I didn't have my safety pin close to me. Go ahead and use it. So I'll just use it to pass it through like this to get to the other point. So guys, after passing it through, I will just secure this part with my pins so that it doesn't move to the other side while I'm trying to pull on this. You see that it's difficult, right? That's because I don't have my safety pin close to me. So this is what I had after I was done. This is how it's now looking. So I also went ahead to pin down this part. So I did same for the other sleeve as well. So now I'll go over to my machine and secure those parts I pinned down. Just secure those parts and then fix down the sleeve. So guys, this is what I had after I was done joining the sleeve. And I also went ahead to close up this part here, and this is how the sleeve is looking, just to give it that round effect on it. So this is it after I was done. This is how the whole dress is looking. This is how beautiful it looks. Actually, when she saw this, she was really amazed. She was so happy and she couldn't wait to rock it on. So this is how everything looks. Hope this video was helpful. If this video was helpful, please let me know what you think about this in the comment section, and let me know if you subscribe. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, okay?